Hey everyone, Dr. Eddie, and I'm going to go over just a visual design assignment and recap some of the work that came out of it and the purpose of the assignment. So first, remember the purpose here was going to be to design two products that you would be able to share and put all the design skills to use that you had been picking up either in the tutorials or through the readings. One of your products was going to be an instructional or informational handout that you can use with students. Another product was going to be a single presentation slide. Now, when I was going through them and I was looking at them, these are some of the ones that stood out among the many. And this is one of the digital citizenship handouts. For me, it looks good, but it also has definitely the feel of a poster. And there's a lot of good things going on here. The color scheme, everything kind of keeps the same tone. So the blue goes very well with that kind of grayish, faded, washed out gray white color. The big one here is that the background has a nice high resolution image, and then you see some uniformity going on with the fonts, that there isn't too much going on, and the fonts aren't changing too much. So good job there. This is another handout. This one is on digital citizenship, and this one you can see clearly targeting the students. It's done very well. There's a lot of elements there, but again, this is a handout, so this is something that a student would be looking at for as a reference. You also see some of it's pretty funny, like you have the little Pinocchio down here with sharing the accurate and true info. The student, the designer, respects the margins and does really well just to pack that information into a nice work. So kudos there. This one here is another handout, and this one almost has the feel of a bookmark, or even as a nice poster that maybe runs along the side of the wall in the computer lab, or even hangs out on the door. And the information there as well. You see little things that they put on the side, kind of like the acronym here, think, and then it goes with true, helpful, inspiring, necessary, kind, and a nice clean graphic. This next design is on digital footprint, and this is a handout, but to me, definitely a poster. A great piece of work. The graphic, very high resolution. Kind of the same deal. They're respecting their margins here, the way that they've been able to align everything. I definitely like the QR code placed down here, as well as the source that they're making sure that they cite it. Some little things that they do, nice little touches. Self-reflect is bold, self-reveal is bold, just to kind of make the purpose of it stand out. Great job there. This one I liked it. It stood out for me for different ways. One, and they shared in their narrative, is they wanted to make sure that it goes with stuff that the students are into, which in this case is Guardians of the Galaxy. So you see kind of the little baby Groot, kind of a emoji thing over here on the side, which is cool. You see the galaxy in the background, which is cool. So all those things work out, but I particularly like the bit.ly that's there for students to be able to go in and check it out, such as this other one here where it has the code, and so then that's something that they could go into. And when you're in the classroom, kids are always looking for the code, and how are you going to introduce them to it? You could put it up on the board, obviously, but this is a cool way to give the student control of their resources. This is a very neat slide. I liked it because it was very minimal, and but it was very clean as well. But the reason that it really stood out to me is that this color scheme went very well with the slide that they made, with the handout that they made as well. And the handout has there's a lot going on in the handout, but the handout is good. It could be a bookmark. It could be a large graphic that's hung on the side of the class that runs all the way down the door. It keeps a lot of information there, but ultimately one of the best assets that comes with it is just the color scheme. The colors are kind of they have like a nice kind of faded, washed out, it almost feels kind of like the older logo or the older colors that the Apple design products used to use. So just some really good stuff there. Now Big deal here. Big deal. As you move on, I personally like making designs. I love making designs, but sometimes, as we get caught up in the tumble, or the crush of work, sometimes we need our resources. So something I'm going to highly suggest that you check out. Some of you might know, some of you might not know, is checking out different resources that you can use. So in our class, some of the ones that came out the most were Google Drawings. Pick-to-Chart was a big deal. If you look there on the slides on the side, people put down what they used. eDraw Max, Canva, and then there was a little bit of Photoshop as well. Now, I highly recommend the ones that I like is I just type in Google Slides templates. And I'm a big fan of these that come up here first. So there's Slides Go, there's Slides Carnival. If you use Slides Carnival, it's pretty cool, but a lot of people have begun using it. So you see a lot of those presentations. I'm gonna go jump in and check out and see what they have. So this one's pretty cool. I really don't know what the graphic, it's Earth, and so maybe it's like a type of recycling thing. This is your presentation. Let's see, this is so these are all templates that you can use, and they're very easy to modify. So I'm going to look for something that might, let's see, I'm going to go for this one here. And when I click on it, I get to come in and kind of choose. So I could download the template as a PowerPoint. I could download the template as a Google Slides theme. And then you'll notice, it's I could use it here. So I'm going to use the template. The graphics are all high resolution. There's a lot of little pieces. So I don't typically use templates, but it's cool to use pieces of the templates within presentations that you're going to do. So as you go through it, it gives you the instructions for using it, editing in Google Slides. So let's say I'm going to use this one. You'll notice that in a lot of the work that if you left your document open for me and I could check it out, I would show you what my suggestions were. So like if I was going to modify this one a little bit, let's see. So I could add a little background to it. I'll make it black so it kind of fits with everything else. One of my favorite ones is to add just like a simple drop shadow. So I click on Format Options, Drop Shadow. I always kind of like mine to angle at around 55 or 50. I always increase the distance a little bit, and so there's something very simple that you can do to kind of modify it, the graphics that you're using. So here I'm using the hello, maybe add the drop shadow there as well, switch my angle down to 50-ish distance, make it a little bit further, and then voila, it's little things like that that kind of make the work pop out. Let's see, what are all these here? So these are other slides that you can use. You literally just have to replace it with whatever your content is. But I'm going to show you where the gold mine is. And then this is the gold mine here. All these cool little graphics that you can use. All these kind of little emojis that they give you, and many more. I'm guessing if you click there, there's many more. But let's say I'm using something that has to do with the planet. Boom. Take some of these. So I'm going to copy them. And let's say right here, hello, I'm Jaden Smith. Then I could use some of these, bring them in. Let's see, where did these guys go? Kind of mess with them. And what you're going to notice is that you have to keep the attribution for it. That means that at the end you still give them credit to be able to use it. But it's just little things like this that really make a difference when you get caught, just in the crunch. So you can go through the process of designing your entire presentation, or use a template. Make sure you give them credit. I think it's by leaving the slides at the end here. Yeah, you could leave credit. This presentation. Yep, you got to leave this here. And then some of you were looking for tablets and looking for different items that you can place in it. Here you go. These are already set up. So let's say I wanted to take this one instead. Take that. Oh, there's also graphs. I mean, man, the sky's the limit here. Some of them have really cool custom ones that you can take. So then I could easily remove this guy, put my tablet there, and then, fill it up with whatever information I wanted to add. But yeah, keep that in mind as you move forward in the future, because like I said, we don't always get the luxury of a few weeks to set up our presentations. Slides or templates like that are pretty cool and pretty useful. Yeah, just keep that in mind. So thank you very much for putting in the hard work that you did over the last couple of weeks. Definitely reach out if you have any questions, and I come with lifetime tech support. So if you have any questions on any big presentations, make sure you reach out.